Today we're going to shift gears and add and subtract polynomials. When you are multiplying with exponents, the exponents increase or decrease or whatever those properties of exponents say. When you're adding and subtracting terms, you're looking for like terms. You're looking for x squareds and combining those together. X to the thirds match with x to the thirds, combine those together. So really today is all about combining like terms. And just a reminder, monomials are one term, like 6x. A binomial means two terms. A trinomial means three terms. And we'll talk about these two on the next slide as well. But degree is the highest exponent, the highest power in the polynomial. And the leading coefficient is the coefficient of that term that has the highest exponent. So the number in front of the term with the highest exponent. So this is the first slide that you have. And I want you to add a few things to this. So where it says polynomial, I want you to write no negative exponents and number exponents only. Sometimes when defining polynomials, it's easier to say what a polynomial is not. So if you see negative numbers in the exponents, it's not a polynomial. If you see x's in the exponents, it's not a polynomial. Standard form means that you write the polynomial starting with the term that has the highest exponent, and then write the term that has the next highest exponent, and then the next highest exponent, all the way down to the smallest. So where it says standard form, you may want to write down largest exponent to smallest exponent. In this first example, do we need to change the order at all in order to write it in standard form? No, this one is already written in standard form. Negative 4x to the third plus x squared minus 7. The term that doesn't have an x always goes last. Okay, degree. The degree is the largest exponent. So our largest exponent is 3. This is a third degree polynomial. The leading coefficient is the number, the coefficient of the term that has the largest exponent. So the number in front of the term with the largest exponent, in this case, it's negative 4. So for notes up here, the leading coefficient, what do you want to write there? Number in front of term with largest, can I write that? That looks like I just. Largest exponent. Okay, on your own, I would like you to complete this table. So for the next two polynomials, rewrite them in standard form, identify the degree and the leading coefficient. If you're watching the video, pause the video and try this on your own. Okay, this one would be 3x to the fourth minus 2x plus 5. When you see subtraction symbols, just attach those to whatever comes after it. The degree on this one would be 4 because your largest exponent is 4. And your leading coefficient would be 3 because your number in front of the term with the largest exponent is 3. For the last one, you would start with negative 2x to the fifth plus 3x to the third plus 5. Your degree is 5. Your leading coefficient is negative 2. Next, we are going to go through adding and subtracting polynomials. The book talks about horizontal form and vertical form. Horizontal form just means you write out one polynomial in parentheses plus the other polynomial in parentheses. As long as the sign is plus, the parentheses don't matter. The parentheses are just saying, here's one of the polynomials and here's the other one. So this is really truly a game of combining like terms. We've got 2x to the third. Are there any other x to the third terms? Nope. So 2x to the third. Next, we would do x squared. I see x squared and another x squared. So that would be 2x squared. Next, we would want to do x. You want to try to write your answer in standard form. So next, we would have that x term. And then finally, -5 plus 6 gives us 1. On your own, I would like you to try adding the 3 polynomials that you see in example 2b. Because it is addition, the parentheses don't matter. You're just finding like terms and combining them. Check to make sure that you got 5x squared minus 2x plus 3. Remember, attach negatives to whatever comes after it. Now, if you wanted to, you could have written the first polynomial and then underneath it written the next polynomial and then the next one so that it's all lined up. This would be considered vertical format. Then you can vertically add your x squareds together to get your 5x squared. Add your x's together to get your middle term of -2x. And add your plain numbers together to get your plus 3. So that's the difference between horizontal form and vertical form. I am okay with you using whichever form you want. Even if the assignment says use vertical format, if you prefer horizontal format, go for it. Subtracting polynomials. You do need to be careful when you see subtraction. So this sign right here means that we need to be careful because we aren't just subtracting the x to the third. We are subtracting x to the third. We're subtracting 2x squared. We are subtracting a -x and subtracting a -4. And when you subtract a negative number, that actually becomes addition. So here's what I typically do. I distribute my negative so that I can turn this into an addition problem because I think we all like addition a lot more than subtraction. So distribute the negative. This would become -x to the third minus 2x squared plus x plus 4. And then I get rid of that original thing so it doesn't confuse me. Now we combine like terms. We've got x to the third and -x to the third. That combines to give us 2x to the third. -5x squared and -2x squared. That combines to give us -7x squared. The x doesn't have a partner, so it stays just the x. And then the 3 and the 4 combine to give us 7. Please try part B on your own. So I started by distributing my negative to rewrite that second polynomial as -x squared minus 2x plus 2. Then we combine like terms. X squared and -x squared, those cancel each other out. -2x and -2x is -4x. 3 and 2 is 5. So that's an example where in the process of subtracting, something cancels out. Okay, next up, they really try to get us to do vertical format. So notice the first polynomial has 5 terms. The second polynomial only has 4 terms. If you're trying to do vertical format, you really need to line things up so that the x to the fourths are in line vertically, the x to the thirds are in line, and so forth and so forth. Now, I don't like subtracting using vertical form because you really have to be careful to use this negative sign for every single step, and it can get kind of confusing. 4x to the fourth minus 3x to the fourth, that would be x to the fourth. So I should write that. negative 2x to the third minus a negative 2x to the third. I don't know about you, but looking at that, it just kind of hurts my brain. So I'm going to show you what I do with subtracting vertical format that makes this a lot easier. I am going to take this negative and distribute it. So this is going to become a negative 3x to the fourth, a positive 2x to the third, a negative 3x, and a positive 4. So change that negative to adding the opposite and apply that opposite to everything on that second line. Now you can add these vertically. 4x to the fourth plus negative 3x to the fourth is x to the fourth. These two are opposites. They are going to cancel each other. Plus 5x squared minus 4x plus 12. So our answer here is x to the fourth plus 5x squared minus 4x plus 12. Here's your book assignment for 5.2. Starts on page 234.